Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Paleo slash Protector here, and today I'm coming at you with Fun Interactions episode number 7. Now, this is going to be basically a combination of two different, basically spells and perks, and then maybe a Shrine Blessing of the Hunding, if you so desire. So basically, this is predicated on the one-handed ability. Let's scroll all the way over here. Should have gone the other way. With swords, this is repeated standing power attacks with the sword against target do escalating damage for no more than 3 seconds pass between each. This effect stacks up to 3 times, each doing 15% more damage. Reaching 4 stacks knocks target off their feet. So if you hit them with 4 standing power attacks with less than 3 seconds between each power attack, they'll be knocked off their feet. Now the cool thing is that you can simply, if you have like an absorb stamina enchantment, so you never run out of stamina. So this one I have absorbs 62 points of stamina. So basically I can just infinitely power attack with this sword. You can just repeatedly knock them down as they're already knocked down, and make most enemies that are vulnerable to knockdown. So I don't think you can knock down, like, for example, like Centurions and stuff. You can't knock down dragons. There's other enemies you can't knock down, but you can knock down quite a bit of enemies. And you can knock down the Ebony Warrior, who is one of the toughest enemies in the entire game. Especially with the Ordinator, because he gets a lot of perks that make him pretty freaking strong. So, if we attack him 4 times with power attacks, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it takes 5, but then you can simply attack him 4 times in a row on the ground, and it will reset the knockdown and just take him completely out of the fight. And you can do this infinitely. Like, you can just kill him with an iron sword if you have enough time on your hands, and just continuously chain knock down him. Now, I do have Blessing of the Hunding. I am a max follower of Sadakal, which means my Shrine Blessings are 3 times as effective. And then I have Pilgrim from the Restoration Skill Tree for Shrine Blessings, being 2 times more effective when you're at 100 Restoration. So my Shrine Blessings are 66 times more effective. So I have Blessing of the Hunding, which stagger from attacks and bashes 300% more effective, which helps you stagger the enemy like that. And then you can just stagger them while down. I think staggers while they're on the ground basically just resets the knockdown animation. So having a lot of stagger and in conjunction with this 4 standing up power attacks to knock them down, you can pretty much just knock them down infinitely and take them completely out of the fight and just keep them on the ground. Now this is going to be taken a step further if you have the Odin spell Orc Strength, which splits 50% of base magic between health and stamina. So basically this is if you're not using much magicka, or if you're using a solid amount of magicka or an Advancian Mage or something, and you just want to split it between health and stamina for extra stamina and health. And it says improves power attacks for 240 seconds. It doesn't increase the strength of power attacks. It increases the stagger and knockdown power of power attacks. So let's dual cast this real quick. Break back out our Iron Sword and see if we can just knock him down with Orc Strength. See, it gives a lot more stagger. I mean, we do have Blessing of the Hunding, but Orc Strength, you'll see when he slides on the ground like that, that means Orc Strength is activating. So he's just getting completely ragdolled. You don't need Orc Strength. I mean, sometimes Orc Strength can actually mess it up because you can ragdoll him too far away. Then you won't be able to get your 4th hit in time to reset the knockdown counter. But as a generality, having high stagger from shrines such as the Hunding, and simply the high stagger is just to make it easier for you to hit those 4 hits, because the enemies are still going to be attacking you, you know? But if you can stagger them, it takes them out of the fight temporarily for a second or so. And you can just chain these together. See that ragdoll? That was from Orc Strength. That was an Orc Strength ragdoll, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, with this perk, you can just infinitely keep enemies out of the fight. Let's try it on a giant. Let's see if it works on a giant. Player.playset. That was Orc Strength right there. That was one hit. That's Orc Strength again. Orc Strength is honestly just a really strong skill. Like, overly strong for how cheap it is and how early you can get it in the alteration skill line. So I think it is a adept skill, so you can get it at what is that, 40 alteration? Now this, in my first episode of Fun Interactions, I showed an interaction with archery where you can permanently knock down enemies. But that's not a true permanent knockdown. You have to wait for them to get up and then be out of the stagger animation. With the sword perks, you can knock them down again. 1, 2, 3. And the Orc Strength activated there, so it gives you some extra knockdown power. But this giant has not been able to do shit to me. Even though I do have combat AI off, but the amount of knockdown I'm having here, it's not gonna be able to do much. And if you have actual weapons with like actual damage, like look, I'm doing like 13 damage here. If you have actual weapons with actual damage, they're not gonna be able to do much. Like, you're just going to be able to chain knock them down and just kill them really easily. So, this could be, you know, Orc Strength is great. Blessing the Hunding is great if you're Satacol. Or just Blessing the Hunding in general is great from staggering attacks and bashes. Where'd the Ebony Warrior go? So, do I have a shield here? See if I can knock him down with Orc Strength just for the shield. So I think Orc Strength only says attacks. Yeah, improves power attacks. So I would have to go into block and pick up Power Bash. See if I can knock him down with Power Bash. Yep, I can knock him down with Power Bash. And then knock him down again. I had no idea how he got up so quick. That's just a buggy AI right there. But yeah, Orc Strength is nice. See that? That's another Orc Strength proc. Another Orc Strength proc. And if you have multiple weapons, Orc Strength becomes ridiculous. For example, if you have like Ravage and Man War. Even though daggers literally have 0 stagger, Orc Strength gives you tons of stagger. So you can, with fast stacking weapons, just proc Orc Strength over and over. So that video went on for way too long, but basically you can chain knock down enemies infinitely with either, you know, Orc Strength, Into the Dust with redesigning power attacks with swords, stagger them with the Blessing of the Hunding. Let's see if we can knock down Ebony Warrior real quick. Yep, there's Orc Strength again. This works even better if you have like Elemental Fury. I guess the only issue with Orc Strength is it ragdolls them pretty far away, so you have to run up to reset it. But you can pretty much take enemies out of the fight and just chain lock them to the ground. So that's really cool. Just stun lock them on the ground and knockdown. So peace out. Hope you guys have a good day. I got a couple more videos. This one was kind of a lame video, but I haven't really seen it abused that much, but it's really useful on certain enemies. For example, Ebony Warrior, you can basically just instantly knock them down and just kill them slowly through War of Attrition. Peace out, guys.